Hey guys, we've just finished up our second day of SGC. So I guess we'll talk a little bit about what we each did. But basically, in our separate working groups, we sort of got more in depth and actually decided on recommendations that we should make. Because SGAC is an advisory council, so basically the recommendations we make are going to go in a report, and that's going to get given to space agencies to read, which is pretty cool.
It's supposed to be advising people.
Yeah, exactly. So, in my group, we have dealt with sort of the issues in space debris, and now, we sort of looked into how we can share more data, how we can better remove things, or actually remove things from orbit, and that's, so we started talking about that, and,
basically we decided on tactics to explain to members of society, policy makers, decision makers, ministers, mayors, presidents even, how they can use space technologies to better their societies. And ignorance is an issue, and one of the recommendations we have is to educate people and to tell them that space is all around us. I mean, us recording this video is almost in a sense using space. Us uploading it onto the internet is definitely using space. But space technologies, that is. But there are people who sort of don't realise this, and one of our recommendations is to educate them and to implement marketing that can actually be embraced and understood by the layperson, and basically not make space sound boring and too technical.
So in the exploration group I'm in, we just covered some of the international collaboration issues surrounding taking on a robotic mission, and then we spent the remainder of our time summarising and preparing for a presentation that will be done tomorrow to everyone at the Space Generation Congress and a few distinguished other guests. So I think most of the other groups, or all of the other groups,
we're all doing presentations.
They're all doing presentations and summarising things.
There are two other groups which I think we forgot to mention, which Christian's pretty keen on mentioning.
We've been talking about working groups a bit, but so we're in exploration, society and industry. There are two other groups that are obviously not in, and that is outreach, which talks about communicating science, space science and space technologies and applications to the public, and also an agency group which revolves around, which is discussing issues around the use of spectrum in the space environment. The spectrum being the electromagnetic spectrum used for communications and for radio telescopes and those sorts of things. And as more and more things, more and more space applications arise and its use becomes more popular, the use of spectrum becomes higher, and the spectrum becomes more crowded because it's only a finite resource. So that's what they're discussing.
Yes, that was, so we'll keep you posted about how the reports go tomorrow and what it's like meeting Charles Bolden, the NASA administrator, and of course many other pretty cool guys. So stay tuned and hopefully keep watching our videos.
See ya.
See ya, guys.